Family court will drain your time, your money, and your mental state if you are not prepared. Most men go into this blind and it costs them everything. You're paying lawyers, you're losing time with your kids, you're stressed, you're not sleeping, you're not eating well, you're not thinking clearly. And the worst part is you're not even for sure what's going to come next. And a lot of men are blindsided about how bad it's going to get. Step one is you must get organized. And I don't mean shoved all into a briefcase and wrinkled pieces of paper and no documentation. I mean, you have everything documented, highlighted, text messages, recording saved. You have it all printed out, organized, labeled, clearly to follow for your attorney. Not just a bunch of jumbled stuff that you thought you might need or shoved into the piece of papers and all wrinkled up and scribbled upon and all that garbage. You got to think about being your own attorney here. You got to think about being your own paralegal and putting everything together so it's concise, it's neat, it's organized, it's well prepared. You look thought out. You've taken the time. You've done your own research, your own documentation. You have everything ready and prepped. They're billing you by the hour, so they're happy to bill you to go through all your paperwork. But if you have it well organized and documented, it makes you look legit, makes you look like you know what you're talking about and that you're prepared. And they're going to be a lot more likely to help you out, spend the time in it, and work with you if you look like you're in this fight to win it. If you come in all disorganized and disheveled, they're going to waste a lot of time trying to figure it out, or a lot of things are going to get missed. So it's your time and money. Put your own legwork in. If you spend a couple hours doing it, that's hours you saved your attorney or paralegal that they're going to bill you for. Being organized is one of the biggest steps to saving you money and time and helping your case move along the best that it can and get you the results that you want. Step two goes a lot with that. It's be organized. Control your time and money, right? So we talked about being organized, step one. Step two is controlling your time and money. And what I mean by that is every emotional reaction is costing you legally and financially. Every time you freak out or you panic or you stress because your ex texts you something or there's a problem with the kids or there's something going on and you freak out about that emotionally, it's costing you. Every argument that you have at drop off, every argument you have over text message, every time you pop off, have too much to drink, stress out, whatever, when you vent or you put that in text message or you say it verbally or she's recording you, the list can go on. You're putting that out there where your attorney has more fire to put out, you have more fire to put out and more things to deal with because you're not controlling your emotions. I understand it's hard, brother, especially when you face false allegations or just some BS comes up. She says something crazy and you're frustrated, you're spiraling, you're angry about it, and you want to vent to her or you want to pop off or you want to stop the situation or whatever you're going through. As soon as you put that out there, it's now a fight you have to deal with. So you must control your time and your money. And by controlling your emotions, you're controlling a lot of how much energy and money it's going to cost. Step three is fix your routine. And what I mean by that, I'm talking sleep, gym structure, what you eat. You must have a stable routine to help you along in this fight. Step three gets overlooked a lot because we don't think about how important taking care of our physical health is going to help us mentally. It is a marathon, not a sprint. Divorce is going to go on for a while. It's not quick. It's not an easy process. I mean, I want it to be amicable for everybody, but that's just simply not the case. Most guys are going to go through a tough process. It's going to take, months, if not possibly a few years to get it all finalized, especially when you have assets and kids involved and all those things. So you've got to think long term. You got to think having your body in shape, your mind in shape, having good routines, and this will help you build back better after divorce as well, which is something that's very important. Not letting the process wear you out and take from you, not letting it destroy your life, being able to build back better, being able to build your life and your routines as you go through divorce. And then when you come out of the divorce, you're going to already be leaps ahead of everybody else or most men because you're going to have been doing the work in the process. I know it's difficult in the process to do the work, but it's key to do that. And step number four goes also along with that, and that's think long term. I said it already. Divorce is a marathon, not a sprint. You've got to be thinking about what it is that you want today, but also what do you want your future to look like for now on? Like this is going to be the rest of your life. So what does that look like? A lot of guys will just rush through and sign stuff off to their wife or to their ex, and they want to be done with it. They want to be over with it. So they give up a lot of things just to be done with it. So you've got to figure out what's most important to you. What does that look like? For me, that's time with kids. To me, that's how much involved I get to be in their lives as much as I can. So a materialistic thing like a couch or a refrigerator, that didn't really mean anything to me. But you have to figure out what's most important to you. What do you want the rest of your life to look like? You can always build back more assets. You can always make more money. You can budget. You can get your life dug out of the hole maybe that divorce has left you in, but you got to figure out, what do you want the rest of your life to look like? This is the rest of your life. This is the rest of your kids' life. So how do you want that to look? How do you want that to be structured? And this is why it's most important to go through the previous steps as well, because you're going to be able to build back better. You're going to be able to build a new, better life for yourself. You're not going to go back to the old you. You're going to become something stronger and more disciplined. I know the family court process is brutal, and I know divorce is brutal. I spent 3.5 years fighting through family court, so I understand the process. I've been through just about everything family court can throw at you. So I've stood where you've stood, and I've built back a better life than I ever thought I would possibly have. I am better today mentally, emotionally, financially, and physically than I've ever been in my entire life. No, divorce was not easy, but I got the opportunity to make something great afterwards. And it truly was a blessing for me. Divorce was one of the greatest things that happened to me. Again, not the process, but what I got to build back after. If you're going through this, subscribe, like, drop a comment. I help men rebuild better and survive the family court process, and not only survive, come out thriving. If you're looking for some deeper dive on topics, I also wrote a book, Divorce is War, Your Guide to Surviving, Rebuilding, and Preventing. And it's going to break down a lot more in detail, specific things, like what to do if you have false allegations. That's a long topic. That's going to take a lot of time to break down because each case is a little bit different. I'm going to be trying to put out more long-form content like this where we can kind of break down things a little bit deeper. I'm happy to answer any questions, drop comments, and I'll respond.